Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today what I've got to show you guys is a quick video all about Senegalese handmade twist braid. There are two different ways of how to do twist, which I wanted to share with you guys. And in those two different ways, there are three different kind of twist, from small size to medium size and big size, that I want to show it to you guys today. If you are a beginner trying to learn how to twist, I want to show you the easiest way of doing it in those three different ways. So without delaying, let's begin. The first one I would like to show to you guys, which is a smaller section I'm going to take. And the reason smaller section are easy is because they would be easy to twist before you cross it. Okay guys, this is it. I've managed to get the camera close to the thread that I've wrapped around to try and do the twist. So like I said, I'm gonna start with the most easiest one, and the most easiest one is usually using a smaller section, and I'll show you the first example of doing twist. So this is a smaller section. You can also do a more smaller than this, but this is my average smaller I will use to demonstrate to you guys today. And then I will be doing the medium one to twist, and then I'll be using a bigger size to also twist, and I will explain the differences to you. So the reason why a smaller section is easy is because it's easy to turn around your hands while holding it before you cross it. The main point in this part, which I want to try and show you, is the easiest way to twist if you are a beginner is to learn to use smaller section of here to begin with your twist, because it takes a lot of time for your hands to get used to the movement and your muscles to get used to the twisting process. If you are a beginner and you start using bigger section to twist, the muscles of your hands haven't got used to go in that twisting process before. So if you're a beginner and you use the bigger section to start, you end up with like sore muscles, and it will take a while for your muscles to get used to it before you can do. You may even get pissed off because you would think, okay, it's too hard to do. So my advice here is use the smaller section to start your twisting, and then when you get used to twist using smaller section or twist, then you begin to move from small size to medium size, and then from the medium size, when your muscles and hand get used to the movement of twisting, then you can move to the bigger size, and then it became easy for you to do twisting using different sizes. The other key of getting a proper twist is to make sure that once your two hand, because here you go, it's two hand are held in the braids, and then it's two hands, the two fingers that using them to get wrapped around. But when you're looking at it, you think you're just wrapping that, especially for beginners. They think you are just doing something like that, and if you do something like that, you will end up with a loose twist, and possibly it would not probably stay properly. So always make sure that when you held the twist, so try and bring my hand, you twist it, use your fingers and twist it until it looks crystal twist before you cross it. And then don't worry about the slow movement, because once your hands get used to it, you would see how fast your hands will go when it comes to twisting. Don't worry about saying you're too slow to do it. Just worry about how to get these your two fingers, how to grab and how to learn to twist the hair first before you cross it. It's a shame because I wanted to get the camera close, but it looks almost like a rope before I crossed it. And if you do it that way, even if you let it go right now, it's not gonna go back easily. But if you don't twist the hair from within your finger first, then before crossing, you end up with them unravel so easily. So as you can see, it looks, camera is on and off focus, but it looks twisted right now. See, it looks twisted. It's because of being able to twist here. Use your 2 finger. I twist it first before you cross it, and there you go. You can start to practice from this way, using a smaller piece of extension and twisting it, and then eventually you'll end up with a nice twist. I use this technique when it comes to, you know, like when you're doing crochet braids and things like that, and obviously you braid it like that. Nowadays most people don't need to braid from the client's hair, but they can braid the hair separately and just sew it onto the wig cap and then have it as a wig and wearing it whenever they need it. So the second method I want to show you is I would divide the hair like I'm going to do the same way as when I'm doing normal braid, and then I will begin like 1 to 3 braids of normal braid, and from there I will begin to join the hair into 2 and start it the twist from there. So the second method is, this is how the hair look, 1, 2 and 3, and usually you held your extension this way when it comes to normal braid. And but when I'm especially doing a client's hair, I always do it 3 section first. But like I said earlier on, some people will just carry on the 2 section and just twist it 2 from the root. I personally would divide the hair into 3, and then what I do is like start a normal single braid, 1 here, 2 and 3. You know, you can, if you're a beginner, you can even make it 4, you know, like that. And once it looks like it's been braided from the root, I then divide this one in the middle to go along with the 2 that are on the side. And there you go. When you're dividing, and make sure before you start to twist, the size that you've divided is correct. Otherwise you end up with 1 big twist and 1 is smaller, and that will give you an ugly twist looking braid. So, and then from there what you then do is, once you've divided it, and then once you've got your 3 braid which you've started, then you now begin to do the twisting. And when you are doing the twisting, like I said, twist it, twist it, twist it. Don't rush to wrap it yet. Twist it, twist, twist until you see it looking like a robe, and then you begin to cross. So the harder you use your hand to twist the extension before you cross that, then the better you're twisting. It just would come out looking nice and crystal. And right now when you look at me, you would think that I'm just wrapping it, but I'm actually not wrapping. I've made sure that these ones, before they get crossed, they're, you know, wrapped, twisted on their own individually before I cross it. So So this is the way you go. Don't rush to cross. Just keep doing that, you know, doing that and do that. And then see, when you get used, your hand begin to go like that, just easily, like that. You know, those who have got used it, you know, you just sit on there and you think that maybe I'm just wrapping at this stage. but I am not. My hands are twisting them as I'm wrapping it at the same time. I keep holding it back, because I'm wrapping it as I'm going until I reach where it is, and then you have this beautiful, nice looking twist. Now this is a medium section twist, which is this. This is bigger, as you guys can see, comparing to this one. And yet again, when you look at it, it goes down to the same movements, but this twisting would be slightly different than this and slightly harder for a beginner. Why? Because once you are a beginner doing this, once your hand get used to the movement, your hand can only cope, the rhythm of your hand can only cope with that. Now when you move into the medium one, your hand and muscles would work differently as well. And then yet again, be patient there. Maybe hopefully with this size of medium, you'll be able to see properly the differences between this and this part. All I'm doing here is making sure, using my hand that I'll show you from the beginning, and making sure you can see from the beginning it looks loose like that. And then when I held it, I was doing this technique. Keep doing this and doing this and doing this, and then you can see that the floppy part of the hair is no longer there. It's gone and it's looking like a robe. And then you can see the differences. That looks like a robe, while this one's still looking normal. And so once it looks like that, excuse me, then you begin to wanting to do your first step by crossing. You cross, and then you exercise patience again and do this technique, and then you cross. Exercise another patience until you see it looking like that, and then you cross. Another patience, and then you cross. So this second one is what I tried to explain from the beginning. This part is mostly for those who want to make sure that the starting of their braid is nice and tight the way they want it before the beginning. So you can use that technique. This is the technique I would be using. Divide the hair into two sections, and then cross the rope, and then from there do 1, 2, 3 braids, like I said. 1 here, 2 and 3, you know, or do it 4 if you, to try and make sure that the base is nice and tight with the client's hair. And then from there you divide the hair to join each side to make it 2. Once you divide the hair, then you begin to do what I told you from the beginning. Twist, twist again, twist again, twist again, until you see it looking like that, and then nice and firm, and then cross it. The last section is hardest of all because your muscles has to work more harder. So this is the size completely different, bigger than the medium and the smaller. I start by the normal one, which you just cross, and it's 2. And once again, as a beginner, you are back to square one. Once again, you have to work extra harder by sitting down, no rush to cross. You wrap, find your way to wrap, just using your hand, turning it. You can see it begin to look firm, but if I let it go, it was just poofy, looking like that. And if you don't know, and you think just because you do one like that, you can just begin to do that, you know, it will looks like it's twist. Don't worry guys, it would looks like twist, but let it go this is what you get, a puffy look twist, and the base is also looking easy to come off. So you don't want that, and we don't want that. So learn to hold your hands, twist, 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 rock like how I do, and see it looking all dry. It's almost like magic because you see it changing in front of your eyes, and it looks like that, and then you cross. And when you come to this one, although it looks like it's rough, you want to give it more 1 to 2 to make sure it looks more dry, and then you cross. And then you want to twist it again using your muscles to twist and twist and twist. Now it may look like, oh, this looks like a hard job, but it's not a hard job. As in everything in life, you have to go through step 1 to step 10. You don't just stand up and jump from 1 to 10. So everything takes patience, time, practice until you get to that level. So this is the same way in anything. Nothing is easy. Everything takes time to come to the perfect point. So there you go. You do the same thing. You do the same thing. It looks all nice. Cross it. You do the same thing. It looks all nice. And cross it. The same thing until when you get used. You don't need to take too much time doing that. You will see that each turn you're able to do it. Each turn you're able to do. Each turn you're able to do. And that's the way. Carry on doing it until you get. This is the biggest one, and if I let it go, it's not gonna go easily. It's sitting there, nice, crystal looking, and that simply comes off because of that technique. You held the hair separate, twisting it, no rush to cross it until you see it looking firm before you cross. Then eventually, even when you stop it in the middle, you still have where you start to where you stop looking all nice. If you're doing the cross one to begin a braid, it's the same way. You do your cross, you put it over, and then you begin like I told you, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there you go. It looks like that, and then you divide this, and then there you go. When I did that and do that, I can tell they are the same size, and there you go. I've now begin to hold that, and remember what I told you. This technique, twist it, twist it, twist it, twist it, and then you notice it looks firm, and then cross. You notice it looks firm, and then you cross. You do that. With a bigger one, you may feel more pain in the muscles for the first time, and you do it that way. But then after 1, 2, 3 days of repeating, and you realize you're able to twist. So, my dear friends, I love you so much, and this is the example I came out with today. These are the 3 examples. If you like the way I have teaching you, don't worry if I'm doing it and it's a bit fast. Guess what? You can always go back to the video and watch again and again until you know what you are doing. You should be proud of yourself if you managed to do this. So guys, if you like what you saw today, give me a nice big thumbs up on my video. Comment down below this video and let me know what you think. If you are new watching this and you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Love you so much guys, and I'll catch up with you in my next video. Bye bye guys.
Yeah, looking out for the rollers, sipping whiskey for